Hi everyone. So I just wanted to share a little inspiration or aha that I got today. So I was meeting a dear friend at Starbucks for a coffee, and I was telling him all about the Tony Robbins event and how excited I was and how I manifested this and that, all the like VIP seats and so on. And then he asked me a question. He said, what's the difference of God making it happen and you manifesting it? And when he asked me that, at first I was saying, okay, well, I pray to God all the time for abundance. And then God doesn't just, put a suitcase on my doorstep with $1 million. I actually get the ideas and inspiration, and those are the answered prayers from God. And then you need to take action and move and, do the proper training or network or keep up, like making things happen. Like I can't just write my book by sitting there and not doing anything. I got to actually get a pen and a piece of paper or type it all out. So God answers your prayers through inspirations and ideas, but you have to take the action. So accomplishing it, taking the action, is the manifestation. But that God inspires me. So when he was questioning it, he said, "Oh, okay, that makes sense," but he kept asking more questions. And what came to me, I'm just looking at it because I wrote it down. I text messaged him and said, "Oh my God, this is what came." While I was driving back, this is what came to me. It said, so it's always God, and if you are connected to God, you will be moved. Thus, manifestation is just being moved by God. And that was very deep because I always hear in this energy of gotta take action, gotta do. But if I'm already aligned and connected to Source, God, universe, creator, whatever name, the higher power. So if I'm aligned and connected to a higher power, I'm moving with God, and things come to me because I'm in alignment with the source. So it was a good clarity because you can hear about it and you can read about it, but to actually get that aha from, like, instead of me taking the ownership and thinking, I manifested being there with Tony Robbins, I manifested being this guy who has his own network. Instead of being like that, I realized, actually, I just walked with God, with Source, with the universe in my heart, and I was guided, and I listened, and I moved, and I flowed. And that's what manifestation is all about. Connecting yourself to Source and flowing. So then after that, so I'm all talking about this event, right? And what lands on my table was a bee. Okay. And then I started getting agitated. I'm like, oh gosh, there's a bee right there. For some reason, I have this thing with bees. So I started like running around the table, and it's chasing me. So imagine how I look like. I look like a fool. Yeah, I'm running after a bee, right? I'm this big person running after a small little tiny bee. He's like, calm down. The bee's not gonna do anything to you. Just be still. I'm like, but for some reason, bees love me. They chase me all the time. I don't have to do nothing. They'll fly in the window and I'm driving in the car and boom, they sting me. Like, I don't know. I'm not doing anything. They come up my skirts. They come into my jackets. Everyone knows. All my friends know I have a thing with bees. They just love me. He goes, why do you think that is? Go, I don't know, because I'm sweet nectar. And I started laughing. I go, well, I know that, flowers are sweet and they're there and they bring joy and presence. So I'm like a flower and the bee's just like that. So then he looked on his phone and he's like, okay, there's a spiritual meaning for this, so you know. Okay, the spiritual meaning. If you Google animal totem bees, then you'll see the whole paragraph because I'm not going to remember it all. But basically what I got from it was to enjoy all the sweetness in your life, and that bees represent the accomplishing the impossible because the body is so big and the wings move and they're small and they move fast. It's impossible to actually carry. But anytime you see bee, it's to show you that you could accomplish the impossible. So then I started looking at this bee, and I saw how clear it was, cleaning its ears, or its antennas, I should say, not ears. And then like, okay, fine. I'm going to embrace the bees. I'm this person who helps people and teach Reiki and all this stuff. I'm being all inspired and flow, but then I'm going to let a little bee scare me. Okay, so from this day forward, every time I see a bee, I'm going to remember, it's a reminder that I'm possible and I can reach the impossible. So that's my little fun for today. And I think I might start making little videos like this because I do get inspired every day. I've wanted to create a channel and I'm always waiting for the proper equipment or the proper editor stuff in the software. But you know what? I'm done waiting now. I'm just gonna do it and post it on my Facebook page. And later on, I can learn more about the other stuff, okay? So there's my little 2 cents. Have a great day.